Hi, I just thought I'd send you a quick message for those parents who couldn't really join us this evening for Meet the Teacher, just to go through some of the stuff we talked about. So, this is what I want to quickly look at over the next 5 minutes or so. So, quickly talk about homework, a bit about PE, briefly talk about behaviour, quick thing about attendance and lateness, talk about what we think SATs might be like, but we don't really know, and then just talk about communicating. So, homework. I've not given out all of the homework yet. I've given them just a week or two to kind of start to settle in. But then once we're back in the swing of things, which will probably be next week, on a Monday, the children will get the spellings that they're going to work for that week. They'll get some My Maths homework, which will be set. I'll send out the passwords and usernames just to remind them. TT Rockstars is just good to be practicing. And then reading. The more they read, the better they'll get at reading, and the better they get at reading, the better they get at everything. So reading as much as possible. It's going to be a bit strange with reading books and reading records because we are trying to avoid having lots of stuff coming home and going back and going home and coming back. So when the children, ideally, just read as much of this stuff that they've got at home as possible. But we will be sending some books home, and then the books, whenever they come back in from home, we're going to give them a quick clean, and then they'll be put in a box where they are kept and not used by anyone else for a good 3 or 4 days, and then put back in the library. So any book your child brings home hasn't just recently been touched by another child. It's been a few days, so hopefully any bugs or germs will have died in that time. And we're going to ask for the reading books back on a Friday if they finish them. Obviously, lower down the school, when they're reading short books, they'll read a book a week, but I appreciate that up at our end, when they're reading big novels, that might take a while longer. And then half-termly homework activities. So I'll put a few things on the website and then they can choose 3. So currently, if you go to our school website, so the homepage, I'll just take you through it. So the homepage looks like that. And then if they go into children, on a phone it looks a bit different. It's got like 3 lines, but if you click on that, you can go to children, class pages, year 6. And then this is our little hub really for all of the information. And at the top we've got here the Autumn 1 newsletter, with the things that we're doing this half term, and then we've got the Autumn 1 homework. So that again just talks about the things that they'll get weekly, and then this half term, due on the 19th of October, we've got 6 activities and they can choose 3. They've not got a homework book, so it'll just be a case of doing it either on a computer or a tablet or paper, and if they need anything, get them to let me know, or you send me a message and let me know, and I can send it home. And then in terms of bringing homework in, because we are trying to avoid having lots of stuff coming in and out and in and out, we'd like everything to be given in over Dojo. So a lot like we did when school was closed and we were doing the home learning, sending in photos of work via Dojo. And I'll be training the children up how to use that. And then that's how they can get the homework in. PE is on a Thursday and a Friday, and the children, like they did last week, are going to come to school wearing their full PE kit. There's what their uniform is. But I know that the children's PE kit last week was absolutely great, so if they can just wear that again, that will be fantastic. SATs week. So SATs, obviously year 6, we do SATs. No one's exactly sure what SATs is going to look like this year. Currently it is still meant to be going ahead on the week beginning the 10th to the 14th of May, and then after that we do a lot of writing. But we're not quite sure. Like, there's already been stuff in the news about GCSEs potentially being pushed back into June and into July. That may be the same with SATs, it may not, we just don't know. SATs is not the most important thing that they will do this year in year 6. There are way more important things, but we want to prepare them for it and we want them to be ready for it. So I will be making sure that they are as ready to go as they possibly can be come SATs week. But we're trying to find that balance between the children wanting to be ready for it and knowing that it's important, but not being past that line and being stressed and worried and anxious and not being able to do their best. So it's a careful line, and we will do our best to try and to walk it. In terms of communication, the other thing, attendance and lateness. Obviously, if the children miss school, they miss work. If they're off ill, we can't catch up with that, it's impossible. So getting your children in as often as they can. Obviously this year with illness and things, it's going to be a funny one, so they might end up having days when we're asking them to isolate whilst they're waiting for a test or things like that. But it's just going to be a funny one. We'll have to try our best. And then lateness. If your children are late, it makes it really difficult because We are trying to keep the children in their own class bubbles. And if they're late, then they have to come in through the front of school, and then they're walking through the whole school to get up to class, and it's just not ideal. So please, please, please try and get the children here on time. So, communication. Communications are going to be a bit more difficult than normal because I can't just call you in and have a chat with you, and we can't meet up like we used to. So the quickest way and the easiest way is Dojo. So please check your Dojo messages, get logged onto Dojo if you're not, and check those messages. If Dojo's an issue, although it's very straightforward, I promise, then you can email with this Year 6 account. And then for anything else, obviously you can phone, and I will call you on the phone. So if you send me a message and say, can I have a quick chat with you, I will call you back as soon as I can. Or you can phone the school office, and they will let me know that you need to talk to me, and I will call you back as quick as I can. But please, please, please talk to me as often as you can. Let me know let me know anything that's going on, and I will always do my best to sort it out. And then at last point, I would ask you any questions. One of the questions that came up when I did the meeting with the other parents was about high school applications. So the Lancashire Council website for applications, so for schools like Hasland and High, is open, so you can apply now, and it closes at the end of October. So please get your children applied for high schools. And I think that was about it. If you've got any questions of any kind, please send me a message on Dojo, and I will do my best to answer you. Or send the school an email, send Year 6 email, and I'll reply on that. Or anything else, you can always phone school, and I will do my best to phone you back. Okay, thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.